Hello, welcome back to my car cave. Today I've got with me the 2023 Ferrari 499P, which is the Le Mans winning version. This model is produced by Bburago, 1/18 scale. Comes in a box that it has, kind of the race schematic or livery from the actual car. Nothing too exciting. On the back, you do get a picture of the actual car, the Le Mans winner, as well as a official producer for Ferrari. And then underneath, just some basic information. You get the holographic sticker for the 24 Hours of Le Mans and just some basic information about the product SKU, and whatnot. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what this car is like up close. Okay, now we got out of the box. Let's talk a little bit about the race history. Again, this is the 2023 Ferrari 499P, which was marked their return to Le Mans, or top tier prototype cars at Le Mans for the first time since 1974. They had not won the race since 1965, so about 58 years since they had actually won at Le Mans. And we all know they were taken down by the Fords back then, and never ever won again until 2023. So I think it was super exciting for everyone in the sport to see A, Ferrari return, and B, return triumphant to Le Mans in the top tier level. So this car competed in the WEC as well. I think it had the one win at Le Mans during the season. Something like 6 podiums, a couple pole positions, including Le Mans. So, successful first effort for prototype racing for Ferrari. They've been in the GTE, the Pro Am, all that kind of stuff for decades now. So they've been at Le Mans, and they've been winning and been successful at those lower levels, but not not at the top tier. So I think it was super exciting for everyone to see the return, not only of a lot of cars in the prototype or the hypercar division, but also most importantly Ferrari as a major marquee, for them to get the win over Toyota, who'd been dominant for the last several years, and before that Porsche was dominant, and before that Audi. So we've been kind of in this rut similar to F1, where one team dominates for several years, and so it's kind of nice to see a break in that. And I think maybe this year we'll see what happens. Maybe Toyota comes back and wins Le Mans again, but maybe Ferrari get it together as well. So anyways, this is again, Ferrari's hypercar effort. These are V6 engine cars. Um, they're hybrid cars. So I think it had like just under 700 horsepower engine, and then it had the turbo engine. Then it had another 280 or so horsepower derived from batteries. So you do the math; it's somewhere in the 900s. Um, it's pretty impressive, and I'm not sure. I don't know how the hybrid's deployed. If that's like a push to pass button, it's not running all the time. Obviously, maybe it's just down straightaways or whatever. Anyways, but yeah, so super interesting. Is it's kind of a return to a golden era of this level of racing. Lots of entries with Peugeot and Porsche coming back, Cadillac competing, um, Ferrari, as well as Toyota. So you've got a decent field to watch nowadays. But yeah, so like I said, this is Ferrari's 2023 race winner. It's their 10th Le Mans win. Um, Looks a lot different than the last time they won in 1965. Those cars were, much more, looked much more like a road car. This car, I think for homologation purposes, they made the 499 Modifica, which is a track only version for ultra wealthy clients of theirs. So they offered that, I think, to meet the homologation standards uh, to compete at Le Mans. So yeah, this is a little bit about the history of the car. We'll take a look at the model and talk about the quality of the model next. So I do collect LeMans winners. Some other interesting LeMans cars I'll collect as well. So I'll buy, a couple non-winners as well. But mostly I focus on the LeMans winning cars. So I wanted to add this to my collection. This one's by Bburago. It's I would call an affordable model. I picked this one up probably in the $70 range. You'll see it on sale. Probably get it less if you wait a little bit longer. They do make another variation that comes with an acrylic cover. That's a $100+ range. Um, I couldn't justify that. I don't know that I don't know if this is like Mattel Elite where they had a better paint job, better decaling, photo etch parts. I don't know truly what the difference between this version and the one that comes with the acrylic cover is that they're asking, in my mind, significantly more money for. So I went ahead and picked up this one. I expect to buy hopefully a BBR version or a Look Smart version in the future to be my final one for the collection. I will put this in the case for now until that example comes out. I know Looksmart has some of the WEC variants, does not have the Le Mans winner at that time. I don't know if Bburago has exclusive rights to that version. I hope not. But I suspect BBR or Looksmart will make the Le Mans version at some point, and that's the one I'll ultimately end up with. I do that occasionally in F1 as well. But that said, this is a very nice example. I mean, I think this will look just as nice in my case as the BBR, from 3 feet away. This is if you're looking for a Le Mans winning car, you want a Ferrari at a reasonable price. This is I would have no problems having this permanently in my collection. Looking at the quality, the paint looks super glossy. As you can see, the decals look really well applied. There are a couple places I would, complain about. You can see decals overlapping here, so it's kind of darker yellow right there. Um, Sometimes the decals, they're kind of not matching up exactly. It's a little off here and there. But yeah, at this price point, it's certainly not something I would complain about. Here they use a silver kind of paint or silver kind of decal color. These have been, illuminated from behind. So I think that they're trying to have that kind of effect. It's not, I would have this like an off green color or something like that. Um, but the rest of it looks really good. Most of the carbon fiber is printed in the plastic. So if you look at the bottom of the car, first of all, these look like F1 cars, as you can see. I mean, this is looks like an F1 car with, you know, fenders over the wheels. The rest of it, you know, it's hard to tell the difference. But anyways, you can see here they've done carbon fiber across the entire bottom. It's all printed plastic. So you get this shiny, glossy effect, which isn't, super realistic, I guess. But it's, it's nice. And they even put these little rivets in here and that kind of stuff. So I think overall they do a pretty good job. Top side also in here, it's kind of a printed plastic carbon fiber. Um, that goes here as well on this air intake. It's all this kind of printed carbon fiber that gives you that kind of effect. But because it's printed, it's glossier than you might expect. So then on the rear wing, you have carbon fiber treatment here. This is just black plastic. I would guess this must have been painted in real life. Down here, you also get printed carbon fiber. This actually looks pretty good. It almost looks like a decal. It's a thinner or the impression that makes the carbon fiber seems like it's smaller than say here. Maybe it's just because it's not glossy, it's matte. I'd actually prefer to see this style across the entire car as opposed to this kind of glossy plastic here. Here, I think because you have kind of a sticker decal over it, I believe it's the imprinted plastic that gives it the carbon fiber texture. But then because you have this decal over it, it feels like it's just a decal, but I believe it's the printed plastic underneath it. This is just black. I would guess that's probably carbon fiber in real life, but I can't be sure. I have to look at a photo. Back here, surprisingly, there's no real lights. You kind of have like the F1 style. Looks like there would have been lights here, maybe. Uh, Surely there would have been some brake lights somewhere in this car, and I don't see anything. So that's kind of a disappointment. I would, yeah, that seems kind of hard to miss. So I'm not sure what's going on there. You can see the wheels in here. Obviously, it's a diecast. The wheels spin. They turn left, right as well. So that's kind of nice. You do have opening parts here, which is kind of interesting. That's it's hard to see. I'll try to get a photo, a little bit of detail in there. It's not great, but they made an effort to do this, and yeah, but these hinges, like this is what you get with Bburago. You get these gigantic hinges back here, and with another another manufacturer at a higher price point, you get like kind of a smaller hinge that would be a little more accurate. Um, but that said, I wouldn't complain about it. Again, this is nice. It's got the carbon fiber texture here. This little plastic piece here has the carbon fiber texture. You can see here, this does not have any carbon fiber, but they do have it on the dash. Here, okay, these are lights, I guess. That could have been done in a clear with a light if you're paying a little more money. But I wouldn't complain. I think this is like a very nice model for your display. Again, at 3 foot away, it looks really nice. It's affordable. Um, it's not going to be made by many manufacturers. Bburago has the licensing, so outside of Bburago, you're going to end up uh, with High Dollar, BBR, and Looksmart making this model. So this Mini Champ's not going to make this model. Spark's not going to make this model. Um, so anyways, this is I think Bburago makes a good effort. It's a lot better than the stuff that I remember from the '80s from Bburago, where everything was kind of off scale. They've done a lot better job in recent years. They make some good F1 products as well. So yeah, overall, I'm super happy with this. Like I said, I'll probably trade it out later when the right variant comes out for me. But that's the 2023 Le Mans winner. So Ferrari back in winner circle. That was super exciting. I was, the day that happened, I was waiting or counting down for the model to come out. So that's uh that's my review of the Bburago 499P from uh, Ferrari. If you like the video, go ahead, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll have some more stuff coming soon.